Alright everyone, this is Patet Boy here. This is my first dive into showing off some of what I know and what I've learned about SWGOH, and I figure why not show off what I know in Grand Arena, which is one of the more entertaining game modes for me for strategy. So first off, let me walk through a little bit of what I do when I'm approaching the Grand Arena and how I like to think through things. So first off, we're going to notice here, okay, my opponent here, I'll go into the map for a minute. But looking at his roster, what we'll do is we'll pull up this guy's roster and we'll notice right here immediately, I'm at about 4.9 million GP and this guy's at 5.4, so he's already got a 500k GP lead on me. However, the important thing to remember here is that GP lead or GP disadvantage means absolutely jack diddly when it comes to whether or not you're going to be successful in your attack. So, for example, I like to, before I set a defense, take a look at my opponent's roster and decide, okay, who are their key players, how fast are they, how strong are they, what team comps do I need to look out for on offense and defense, and what should I plan for accordingly. And so when we go in and look at key players like Revan, okay, 225 speed, that boy is slow. I'm not even remotely worried about it, especially if it's on defense. Jedi Knight Revan, similarly, let's go see. I'm not anticipating high speed already, and we can see it's not from the mod sets. Guys, speed mod sets are king in everything in this game, unless you're talking about Galactic Legends, and even then, most high-performing Galactic Legends use speed mods. I don't on my SLKR, which I'll show in a minute, but to each their own with Galactic Legends. Now, his Ray again, R7, very strong, a 9 speed bonus. It's so slow. I can't imagine this being useful on offense or defense because most of my characters average out about 240 to 260 speed, and she's not going to take a turn before we've already just smashed her. Same with Luke here if we go and look. Speed, another great leader, 235. That right there is respectable. I have my G12 Luke right now at about 250. By the time he's R3, getting ready for the JKL event, he should be around 270, 280. So again, speed, speed, speed. The Vader again, this one, last one we'll look at here. We'll take a look at the speed, 199. My Vader's at 246, and with the bonus from his lead and his unique, I'm not even worried about outrunning whoever I go up against. So it's just those leaders like that. We see he has Malik, we see he has Bastila Fallen, we see he has Shak T, a few relics, but other than that, he's got good team comps, but the speed and the lack of just ability to be able to get out in front of your opponent is going to kill him. Second thing I like to look at is fleets, because I'm in, you'll see here, Division 1, painfully. That means I have 2 fleets on defense, and I need to have 2 fleets ready for offense, and I try to have 3. And so when we go look at my opponent's fleets here, with as much love to them as possible, I am absolutely unconcerned with their fleet whatsoever for one singular reason. They don't, wow, that's a slow scroll. They don't have a negotiator or a malevolence at all. I have 7-star negotiator unlocked, and I keep that generally for offense, and I have 5-star malevolence right now, halfway to 6, and I generally put that on defense. Even if they're able to break my walls, which I'll show you in a minute, they are not going to be able to touch my fleets in any way that's significant. And whatever fleets they do have on defense, I'm not worried about, just because I have a Relic Thrawn, a Relic General Kenobi with the Negotiator, and I also have General Hux with the Finalizer at Relic because I've had to unlock SOKR. So I have all the counters I need in place to be able to take care of that fleet. Now let's say if he did have Negotiator Malevolence, I'm a lot more concerned about what I'm looking at. So I'll shut up and stop talking. Let's get into looking at what we got here. So we come in, we're taking a look at this breakdown here. I'll show you guys my front wall. I won't show you back wall until after, but I like to leave a pretty heavy defense. So I'll throw my gas on the top wall just because I'm pretty confident in my ships, and if you're going to break something, you're more likely going to break my gas than the bottom wall. And I do that for a specific reason, because I am pretty confident about 90% of the time that my opponents won't be able to break my gas, and if they do, they won't be able to touch my fleets. So I put a pretty heavy defense there, and then on the other side, I'm just really mean. I throw SLKR on defense to just guarantee a hold, If I know an opponent going in doesn't have the Galactic Legends, and I know they don't have the right counters in place to be able to deal with a Galactic Legend, like a Relic Vader, a Relic Thrawn, a Wat Tambor with the Zeta, a heavy pre-taunt tank, and then, let's say, a Traya to isolate, or an Imperial Probe Droid to dispel, whoever you want to do to be able to dispel those taunts, I know they're not going to be able to touch me. So I'm unconcerned about this wall at all. I'd love to see them make an attempt and see if they can scratch it, but we'll see. So on their wall, we've got here the Relic Shock T here with the clones could present an issue, but again, the squad optimization kills me here a little bit. I would take every single Zeta on this Ewok squad and put them up on these clones. I'd put the Zeta on Echo here, and I put 2 on 5s, because that 5 sacrifice Zeta alone would make this a much more formidable squad. But because there's no 5 Zeta, and because we don't have Arc Trooper in this lineup, the 501st sacrifice from 5s isn't going to trigger, and this squad I should pretty easily just walk over. Same with these Ewoks, that's easily countered by Traya, Night Sister. I have a few different options for it, but I'm going to look at their top wall first and break that. So when we come in here, there are... Okay, and I took a look at this defense before I started the video, but Padme or Gas or Jedi Knight Revan are going to be your go-to counters for Grievous, and this is a relatively weak Grievous squad comparative to what I have had to deal with, so Padme will take care of that handily. Literally anything can be used to take care of Phoenix. They're not a big threat. I will probably drop Separatist against these guys. And then my go-to counter for Padme is either, and it's generally in this order, Empire with Palpy lead, and then Vader and Thrawn, and those 3 can generally do it. And then I'll just bring in 2 others for cannon fodder. Darth Revan is a pretty good counter. The one trick you got to watch out for is Padme can't be feared, so when you're trying to take her down, be aware that if she does cleanse, you're going to lose all of the fear, they're going to gain those stacks of courage, and they're going to go absolutely dump on you. So come in with a couple tanks if you're going to do that, or be just really, really, really a lot faster than Padme to be able to get out twice before she can go, or bring a Thrawn, like I do with the Empire team, to do that. Similarly, Traya is a great counter to Padme. If she can get out before Padme and put the isolate down before General Kenobi taunts, you're done. If you have to isolate Kenobi, you're going to have a harder time just because she's going to be able to feed the stacks of courage, which is why you'll see me in this first battle I'm doing. I'm going to go drop Palpy and Vader and Thrawn against this team and just absolutely wipe it, because it is the biggest threat to me being able to full clear. So let's just dive into it. Alright, so let me go grab my Empire. By the way, just a little bit about me. I've been playing the game probably 2.5 years now. So you'll notice my roster's kind of big, but it's also not that big. I have a lot of development I'm trying to work on, and I'm generally pretty free to play. I have spent money here and there, especially with the SLKR grind. I did spend some money to be able to push to those relic levels because they're just ridiculously hard to reach, and I'm almost done unlocking his ult. I've got 8 out of the 10 pieces, but let me just dive into this battle and we'll see how it goes. Alright, sweet. So first thing you want to do, you're going to lead out with Vader. No questions asked. And you're going to want to drop the AoE on GK so you get that taunt out of him right away. So I generally go for Padme. I want to land that ability block. That's majorly unfortunate. We're going to go after Anakin, hit the ability block. We're going to go after Mace Windu, hit an ability block, and hopefully land an ability block there. Anakin's going to go because he's a jerk. So then we're going to put another round of dots down on everyone and hopefully land an ability block here. That's real rough. So what we want to do now is consider a few options. I am thinking I wanted to get a fraction on Padme, but GK got the taunt out. So my thought is I could swap Terminator over to Tarkin here to be able to land some more debuffs and then have Vader go, or I could swap over and give Vader a turn again. I'm thinking I'm going to just break GK right now so that I can get to Padme quickly. That may be a foolish decision, but I think it's going to pay off. Let's see. So we're going to try to land an ability block on Padme. Perfect. That is ideal. I want to pick at her as much as I can. Remove the turn meter with Tarkin. Anakin died. Perfect. We're going to go after Mace Windu here, and without further ado, Padme is almost out of here. Okay, a little underwhelming, but that's all right. with her out of the picture, we're done. Let's just go recover some banners, see if we can get 60 banner win. I don't know if we're going to be able to. Tarkin might cost us that for the 59. We'll see. Alright, drop the AoE. And no ability block is unfortunate. And boom. 59 banners. Easy win. Okay, guys, Padme can be pretty easily corralled by a good Empire team. So don't even stress it when you're going up against them. Traya, Empire, or Darth Revan are all the three, and my preferred is not using Darth Revan just because of how risky it can get. Against this, like I said, you can run JKR or Padme. Padme's definitely my preferred against Grievous because of all the ridiculous AoEs that B1 and Grievous can throw out. And B2. Let's go look and see. Does B2 have his Zeta? He absolutely does. Now, he's G11. He's not going to hurt a lot, but need to be aware. Every time you attack a droid that is not B2, he's going to drop an AoE. Or use his basic depending on the cooldown. So you need to be aware every time you target something that's not him, he's going to come after you. This Zeta on Magna Guard, oh, so unnecessary. I feel very bad again. I would put that Zeta even on Hera. But don't put your Zeta on Magna Guard ever. It's just not helpful. So let's go throw together the Padme squad real quick. And the reason my Padme squad is so up is because I went after Gas about 6 months ago and got him. So if you're asking, why is your Galactic Republic so strong? That's why. I needed it and I wasn't trying to deal with the RNG of doing a G12 gas run. So let's go get it. Alright, sweet. So we've got that. Lovely stealth going on. So what I like to do is give Anakin stealth as well. And I like to call the stacks of courage right away. B2 is going to dispel most of it, and I know that's goofy, but what I like to do now is just immediately start going after that B2. Grievous battles can get really dicey. As you see, they're just taking tons of turns right now. So you'll see here, I finally get a turn, and I really, really strive to have a tenacious General Kenobi, because that allows me then to be able to resist the stuns and most of the damage put out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Anakin to try to hit this B2, and then Padme's kick, hopefully, will be enough to kill him, and we're good. Alright, your next target, without any question, is B1, because B1 is slowly rebuilding this droid team on us, and we want to A, shut that down, and B, get the annoying crit damage off of us. So, now, I'm going to have to get around Magna Guard's taunt. Because I don't have any stacks of courage, I'm going to go hit just Droidica real quick. And then, let's go put maybe a healing immunity on Grievous. Great. Okay, so that marked. A little unfortunate, but Ashoka should remove that. And let's go ahead and get Anakin under stealth again. Call that, and now we're not worried about a B2 dispel at all. And let's see if we can knock somebody down with that. Yeah. Relic Anakin, guys. Alright, that'll do it. And we're done. Grievous handled. Hey, you'll notice that's not a super high-bannered win. Just because Grievous squads by nature are absolute jerks, and they just take off on a turn meter train, which is why you see I like to put them here as well, because they are what we like to call, with respect to the Grand Admiral, a banner sniper. And when you put down gas squads or Grievous squads or any squads that really can do a lot of AoE damage, anything you can do to make your opponent's life more difficult on defense, do it. Which is why I lean towards the heavy defense, and which is why I put what you would call some of these mean squads, like the Geonosians as well. They're very easily countered by Traya, but if you don't have the right squad, or you need to split it up to try to deal with other counters, it makes life a whole lot more difficult. So, let's just go ahead and reveal the ships real quick. This will be a very easy battle. Let me decide what I want to use. I think I want to use Night Sister on those Ewoks. Well, actually, let me go see. I need to know if this guy has Geonosians, because if he does, he could have them on the back wall, and then I want to keep my Traya. Traya is a great counter to Ewoks as well. Let's go see. He does have Geos. They're not amazing, but A G7 Geonosian squad could absolutely clap a G12 of the wrong counter. So be very careful about what teams you take into Geos and to not waste an attempt. And if it looks like the attempt's going sideways and you're not able to kill at least one or two of the bugs, just back out of the attempt because you don't want to leave them with preloaded turn meter. I'll probably just bring in, like I said, I think I'm going to just bring in my Separatists here. Just to... Yeah, I think that's probably the best call. I could bring in my CLS. They're not quite up to snuff. I could do it. Actually, you know, just for fun, I'm going to show some of the weird, not theory crafting. This is definitely don't do this unless you're confident, but I'll bring in a few. I have some Rebels and Resistance. Let me just go grab Scoundrels because that's where these other two are. I'm going to bring in my Han for, again, the SLKR event, and I'm going to go bring in other Han. So this lead is not going to benefit these two at all, their resistance, but it's going to benefit these two, plus Luke. And with race, TM removal, and call to assist with Han Solo, and Han's mass stun AoE, I'm not even worried about these Phoenix at all. I just want to get through them without burning a potential other counter squad. So let's just go ahead and knock this down. Alright, so we'll probably want to start out stunning Zeb. His dazes can get very annoying. We're going to drop then a stun on Ezra because he has the assist. All those ability blocks are delicious and I love them. Take away all of Hera's turn meter. Let's see if we can stun Kanan. He's pretty tenacious because he's G12. So let's just call Han for the assist. That way this guy can't be recovering protection while he does his thing. I'd love to stun him. Alright, there we go. So, let's give crit damage up. Go ahead, Chopper. I don't care. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of this guy right here. Okay. Good counters. Alright, how close are you? Yeah, you have the most turn meter. Let's pull it back. Alright, great stuff. Now let's go dispel their protection. Oh, that's right, Hera's lead. Gotta pay attention to everything there. Alright, good dispel. Like I said, this is an annoying team. And my goal with this was not to get high banners, because as you can see, I'm starting to lose protection and whatnot, but my goal with this was to not burn... Separatists, for example, are a great counter to Night Sister, and if he does have a Night Sister on the back wall, I don't want to burn off that counter either, because with Django and Neon lead, that just makes that super easy to take care of. So let's go ahead and get rid of Chopper, because he's probably one of the more annoying Phoenix as far as recovery goes. Let me see if I can stun you. Great. Alright, he's got the most turn meter. Let's go stun Zeb. Oh, or kill him. That's fine too. Good grief. Alright, Luke, take a turn. Great. Great. Alright, let's see if we can take off. Alright, he's gonna go. Dang. That's unfortunate, but that's alright. So, see if we can just kill Kanan with this. Yep. Great foresight. And that's a wrap. So again, oh, that was actually better than I was expecting. I was expecting 57, but that ended up working out in my favor, so I am not going to complain. Alright, so ships are revealed. Let's see here. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay, so the obvious dangerous fleet here is home one with the Rebels, and I say dangerous, quote-unquote. This fleet I could beat with any of the three fleets I have kept for offense. So what I'm going to do is just to show off the counter that Hux is to Rebels. I wish Han's Millennium Falcon was here, and I know that's probably taboo to say because that ship absolutely destroys if you let it get out of control. But with the Hux counter, what you can do is pull in these three are your lead right here. The first order SF because it has the call to assist. And then for this squad, because it's so minimal, I'm not even going to bring that. I'm just going to bring the TIE Bomber, and we're going to go. Because this guy has automatic burn inflict on any rebels, no matter what. And I'm going to underdog for the extra banners, because why not get more banners? But I will treat, let's see, who do I want to think of as Han's Millennium Falcon in this demo? Alright, so We don't have a pre-taunt here, but what I'll do is I'll treat Biggs as if it were Han's Millennium Falcon. So what you do is you're going to want to go after Millennium Falcon with the Hunted, and you're going to want to land the stun with Kylo Ren. Then you're going to call to assist on Kylo Ren again, hit him, and that will most likely have killed the Millennium Falcon unless you have really unlucky RNG. Then this ability right here, this is a bloated kit, but this will give turn meter to the rest of the team, so I do that to be able to feed more turn meter. They're going to call an assist. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and dispel the buff. We'll strafe. And then Kylo should be able to just knock it right out of the park. So even if things get a little weird like that, don't worry about it. Just keep feeding turn meter with Kylo's command ship, and these guys will do it. Then you're going to want to bring in the First Order TIE Fighter next. It has an absolutely devastating hit right here. It generally crits for about 100k, and then Kylo will just make sure nothing can touch you with those stuns. Make sure you have a potent ship, and I mean you have to have R7 Kylo for SOKR, but just make sure your Kylo ship is up to snuff, and he'll take care of everything for you. It's just no worries at all. Hit him with another big hit, and it was weaker than I was expecting. This right here on Hux calls to assist. We'll just call Kylo again for the stun, and you're done. So that's Rebels. Now that is a relatively low fleet banner win as well. With Negotiator right here, you'll see I'll super underdog this, but you can generally pull anywhere from 62 to 64 banners and fleets with a good against a good squad. When you're going underdog, you're gonna pull 66 generally. So just to be mean, I'll bring in Houndstooth because I don't have a use for it elsewhere, and then I'll bring in just Plo Koon for a cleanup if I need it, and I'll bring Ahsoka just so I'll get too cocky, and we're done. Yeah, I know. And again, this is a Hux ship, a Hux capital ship. It's 5-star just like mine, but the difference is his Hux is G11 and mine is Relic 5. So there's a significant speed difference. And the one guy I'm worried about right here is this bomber. So I'm immediately opening up. I'm not even going to play around. This guy's got to go. I'm going to drop a buff immunity on Gar Saxon, and we'll drop the taunt with Houndstooth and make sure that we'll kill everyone in one hit right here. Done. 68 banners, love that. So that makes up a little bit for the low bannerage we just took with the finalizer. So that was fleets, super easy, especially if you have the right counters. So, and I keep Negotiator generally for offense as opposed to defense, because Negotiator I find mirror matches other Negotiators better and more consistently than other Malevolences. Here, I'll show you my back wall fleets now that I've cleared fleets. So I have 5-star Malevolence, like I said, and then I drop Rebels on defense as well because I'm mean and I like to make it tough. I want to take as many banners as possible, and Han Solo can almost always guarantee that, especially when your opponent, like you saw, puts their Hux on defense. Their Hux might have been able to do something to this Rebel fleet, but because they don't have the Hux, they're going to have a much harder time against this because of Han Solo. Same here with the Malevolence. It's not quite up to snuff yet. We're about halfway to 6-star, just slowly grinding that. But again, Negotiator absolutely annihilates Malevolence without any concern at all. I have the perfect setup, the routine, and when we do come up against Malevolence on defense, I'll be happy to show you that and my thought process and steps through that. I don't lose against Malevolence ever in Fleet Arena. But yeah, that's my backwall fleet. So let's go take a look here. I think I'm going to Night Sister this. It's going to get messy. Now, I find it interesting that they didn't run the Chirpa lead. Chirpa lead right here. Once it'll load, you'll see the 20% turn meter and deal more damage when they basic attack, and a lot of what Ewoks do is mass assist basic attacks. So Tebow's leader is a little bit different. We'll see here. They have chance to gain stealth. Unfortunately for them, Plague does not care about stealth, and Asajj Ventress has a very nice buff dispel, so she'll take away their stealth if I want to, if I need to go target somebody, so I'm not even worried about it. I'll just pull in Night Sister right now just so you can see it. And you'll notice I still have some very heavy-hitting squads here in reserve. I'm keeping my JKR and DR for the back wall. potentially, just in case there's something really heavy back there. I'll probably end up using JKR against these clones. I haven't decided quite yet, but we'll see. So we'll go Night Sister real quick. Oh. And again, my Night Sisters are not amazing, but they're not bad. Again, I got to Saw's up to Relic for gas, and because I just really like her for the Geo Darkside TB mission with Count Dooku as well. But when we do Geo TB here in just a couple of days, I'd be more than happy to make a video on that too, and I probably will, just to be able to showcase the thought and the strategy behind that. But let's just go smack some Ewoks real quick. Alright, so who I really want to stun is this idiot right here. I hate Ewok Elder with all my heart, and so if I can stun him quickly, we're good to go. Next, Wicked is probably the one you want to start killing quickly as far as damage goes, because he has the ability to multi-attack like that and gain basically not infinite turn meter, but he can continually gain turns over and over and over again because he's just a little devil. So with what I was saying with Ventress, everyone's under stealth. I just don't care, and I'm going to continually stun Ewok Elder if I can, and absolutely just smack him into oblivion. And so once he's dead, the revive capabilities of the Ewoks are gone, and they can't do anything. So I'm just going to guarantee the death right here, and he's gone. And now Ewoks are just chumps, and this is an easy cleanup. Let's see if we can stun Papalu and just stun lock him. Alright, yeah. Just keep hitting that. I'll just swing on here. That'll remove some turn meter. Hit some more. See if we can stun. Unfortunate. And there you go. Mass Assist is not going to help them at all because Plague just keeps coming back and back and back. So we're going to dispel him again. Get rid of this idiot. Alright, that's cool. We'll drop some more Plague on Papalu because he is a very thick Ewok, and he does not go down easy. That was easy. We'll take care of Wicket. We'll take care of Chirpa, and that'll be a wrap in a minute. Actually, Chirpa should just die from Plague. So these stacks, and I'll just drop that on auto. We're going to let it just go off on him. Now, unfortunately with Papalu Zeta, he's cleansing plagues after using an ability. So I am slightly annoyed at the pace that it's going to kill him, but all it is just working him down. So again, not a super high banner win, but I'd rather get the sure win than take a risk for high banners or try to underdog, just because I'm here for the bannerage, not for the impressive. So, let's see here. Let's go grab... I think I do want JKR. Now let me go look at the speed of this Shaak Ti, because I didn't earlier. I don't think she's that fast, but let me see. Oh, I take it back. Okay, she's actually decently quick. She's about the speed of my Shaak Ti, a little slower. Rex is really the one you quote-unquote should care about for any clone or 501st teams. This, I won't say it's unacceptable, but it makes me really sad. Rex right here, you'll see in his Captain of the 501st Unique, every 501st ally he has, he gains 4% speed. So he counts himself as an ally as well. So if you look here, we have 1, 2, 3 501st allies. So he's gaining plus 12% speed. So while he has 173 speed, we'll take 10% as like 17. We'll add a little bit more. We'll call it 20. He's at like 193 speed. That's not fast at all. Whereas, not to boast here, but the modding strategy behind my gas is thick gas with tons of protection. Okay, maybe not tons, but good amount of protection with good speed. I've seen 130,000, so I'm probably 10k short, but good speed. But the real weapon here is not gas for the start of this team. It's Rex, and you'll notice I have really heavy-duty mods on him, and I've got him up to 297. And so if you take the 501st squad with gas, there are 5 501st allies here, so that's plus 20% speed. And if we're at almost 300 speed, I believe the calculations that I made just a couple days ago to try to beat a DR on defense in Territory War was my Rex comes out at about 356 speed after the bonus. So even if you're going against a DR who has 345 speed and is just crazy god modded, Rex at under 300 speed with his unique beats him out of the gate, can use his form up to give everyone turn meter, and they just absolutely run circles around him. So again, Rex, if you're gonna put time into your clones, you're gonna put effort, make sure your Rex is fast. I'd say 250 speed minimum to be starting to get into that 270, 280 with the bonus, but the faster the better. So JKR, thankfully, with my lead, I'll use my Yoda. Let's go grab Bastila, Jolie, and then Hermit Yoda, and we'll just go focus down Shock T really quickly, because she is the real threat of calling to assist and giving protection back. My Revan is 285 speed modded, and then with the leadership bonus, he gains, I think, 30 speed off of these guys, because he gets 10 for each of these, and then 5 for each of these, so 30% speed for the Jedi. So let's just go take down the Shock T. Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to immediately do, might seem counterintuitive because I'm going to make her Retribution come up. I'm going to swap with Yoda. And I'm fine with counterattacks. It really is okay, because I want to spread the love. Because now, they're going to take off, and I can now focus down this Shock T with absolutely no issue. She can't touch me. She's stunned. Focused. I'll call Yoda just to be sure he dies, and we're done. And again now, if they had the 5 Zeta on for sacrifice, I'd need to go after 5s first, but because they don't, boy do I not care, and I'm just going to go absolutely kill Rex. There we go. The 5 sacrifice does nothing for speed or for stats because they don't have the Zeta. So we'll kill him. He can go ahead and attack. Bam. That's a full banner win. Oh, I feel cheated. Dang it. Okay, 1 banner off. I apologize. Yeah, there's that. And then let's see what this last bit of back wall is holding. Alright, so it looks very not threatening, but let's see. Okay, so this is interesting. We have good G12 bounties, and with as much love to the people who've invested in Rogue One for territory wars and territory battles, oh boy, are they useless. They're just not a great squad. So what I'll probably end up doing is sending my Traya up against these bounty hunters, because her isolate against Bosk is going to be great, and then punishing any of their attack out of turns is going to be just excellent for me. So let me just go grab my Triumvirate. Traya is a staple character for anything that has to do with attack out of turn counters, whether that be clones, whether that be Geonosians, whether that be Mon Mothma, or in weird cases like this, I wouldn't recommend it. But if it's all you have left, bounty hunters, because Bosk has the mass assist, or Racine can call mass assists. There are several. Dengar with his basic can call out other allies to assist, so every time they're attacking out of turn, Trey is punishing that. So this is a weird team. This is generally just my Geonosan team. I might even I'll swap out a Savage for Sith Empire Trooper, just to have a tank. What I'm anticipating doing is underdog 3-manning that Rogue One team up there, which is DR, Bastila, and Malak, and that should go my way pretty easily. So let's go take down these bounty hunters. Alright, sweet. So we open up. There's absolutely no point in using that. Well, actually, no. There's a point. I can get some pain on the field, which is helpful. Let's go ahead and take their cooldowns down. We're going to immediately isolate Boss so he can't cause a single issue. And now everyone's useless. Alright, so we'll drop a fat AoE. Go ahead and hit some dazes. Very nice. Cad Bane won't attack twice because of that. We'll go recover that protection. IG is going to bother me because of his AoEs, and so is Dengar, but I can't get to Dengar right now. So we'll take out IG. Alright, so the most logical is Bosk right now, even though he's isolated, just because he's such a dangerous dangerous bounty hunter. The game kind of froze right there. I'm glad it didn't crash. So we'll take him out just so he can't help them recover protection anymore. He can't call the mass assist, and we're good. So let's go take out this IG. Boom. And you'll notice they're still recovering protection with the AoE attacks. Just because you killed the leader does not mean you now stop the leadership ability until, or we'll say not until, unless you lose the battle. So like, let's say here, I killed Bosk, and then for whatever reason, these guys absolutely dump on me and I lose. I go back into the battle, that leadership ability is no longer active, and I'm not worried about it. But it is still active for them in the moment, and they can still very easily regain their health and protection through out of or AoE attacks because of that Bosk leadership. So let's go Held by Hatred. So he has that extra life. We'll run a Dispel, see if I can isolate Dengar in a second. I can, and now he's no longer ever going to be under stealth, and I'm no longer worried about him. Let's go ahead and chop up IG, and Maul, once he kills something, gets an extra turn. So, unfortunate lack of days, but that's alright. And again, I really want to get rid of Dengar because of his grenades, even though now he can't... actually, we'll take care of her for her thermal detonators. Even though he can't help anyone else recover protection because he's isolated, he's still super nuisance. Great stun. And goodbye to you. And now Cad Bane, one of the most notoriously slow bounty hunters on the Earth, is gonna never take a turn again. And we'll do that. I don't think we're gonna get another Annihilate off, yeah. It's fun to watch, for sure. Let's see if we can... Oh, I think we recovered some banners with that Scion and his protection. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, not quite. That's alright. That's alright. Alright, so that was, again, slow, annoying, tedious. They recover protection, but if you can isolate Bosk and then isolate Dengar, or if it's Boba and Jango on the team, isolate Bosk and then go after Boba or Jango as the high threats, you'll be fine. It's just slow. So let's go underdog this last little bit. Very, very easy underdog here. My DR has about 306 speed. My Bastilla Fallen has 275, and my Malak's sitting around 260. I didn't even bother looking at their speed because I know none of the Rogue Oneers are going to be faster than 300, so I don't care. I actually don't want to get rid of their fear yet. Chirrut's going to be my target for ability blocking, so he can't cleanse. He's very dead. Okay. Okay, great job. Misplay on my part. Did not mean to hit him, but it's alright. Let's go ahead and hit that Wild Lightning. And 62 banners. 2 higher than I could have gotten with a full squad. So, that right there, you'll see now, is the Grand Arena. And with love to the opponent, in Call Dark, thanks for playing, man. I have 100% confidence that they will not break both my walls, and that they cannot match the banner count that I have made, just because of the very annoying teams I've put in. Gash generally, with my opponents on defense, is a 2-shot. Grievous has sometimes taken some of my opponents 3 shots. Geos can take 2 to 3 if you bring in the wrong squad. And then if I do have an opponent with a Galactic Legend, whether it be Rey or Kylo are the most common I see, my last opponent for the first round of GA that we just saw came in with a Kylo with ultimate, and I put my Kylo on defense and was anticipating his Kylo on defense as well, but he brought it on offense. So we cleared my GL with no issue, but couldn't break the top wall because he had to spend all of his resources on these 2 teams right here trying to get through. So when we're looking at the board for Grand Arena as well, in Division 1, top is more valuable. Why is that? First, there are 3 squads up top. Second, there are... the game's kind of frozen again. There we go. Okay, it's backing out. Second, ships are here. Now, for Division 3 and higher, if you're not in Division 2 or Division 1, top is not going to be worth as much because there's not 2 ships. And so in that case, prioritize your attack and defense strategies accordingly and put heavier defenders down here. But for me, I put harder overall squads up top and put a Galactic Legends kind of bait down bottom to make them either burn a Galactic Legend on the Galactic Legend because they know they can't break it, or guarantee that they leave one half my map untouched because they've decided to go for the top and the higher banners but left my Galactic Legend alone. So I try to prioritize my defense and my offense strategy of going for top first, making sure I can clear it, then going for bottom, then doing ships, and then if I have squads left over for this back section, great. If not, 3-section clears, great as well. So that's basically the Grand Arena there. I'll be doing basically the rest of the season for Grand Arena, and I look forward to seeing if anyone engages, what comments, questions people may have, if people want to see me do goofy strategies. This was I'll say, a much easier Grand Arena than some of the other ones I've faced, so if we want to see some goofy stuff or some odd theory crafting, I'm happy to do that as well. But thanks for joining. This has been the Grand Arena with Patet Boy, and I'll see you guys in just a couple days. Thanks.